And I want you to take out something from my story. Everybody in this room has their own story. I always say that everyone has got their own cross to carry. I was given mine, I'm carrying it. As you're sitting there, you've been given yours, and you've got enough strength to carry it. I sit here in front of you, being a victim and a survivor of a domestic attack through the hands of my husband. He shot me 3 times. He thought I was gone, and he shot himself. He passed on. He didn't leave me just paralyzed from waist to down, but he left me not to pity myself, but be able to embrace and carry on with life. I'm from Katlehong, the Dasi street of Katlehong. I grew up like any young girl who had dreams. I went to high school. I was an outgoing person, and I had dreams of getting married and having a family one day. And God blessed me with that. He gave me a husband. The very same husband that I loved. And I took vows in front of everyone. And I said I loved him. I will not be with him. That was the very same husband that put me on this chair today. The first few years of my marriage were happy like any other marriage. And there were challenges along the way. The husband that I was married to was very insecure. I was only a good wife when I was in front of his eyes. When I'm out there, that means I'm with someone. He never trusted me whenever I'm not in his surroundings. So I had to live every day trying to prove that I'm this wife that you chose, the wife that loves you. But that was never enough for him. It was always accusation, always accusation. You know, we had family interventions, but I didn't know. At the end, when I said to him, you know, we've tried the family interventions, I think this is it. Please release me. I just need my happiness. Because I couldn't handle the abuse anymore. And that was emotional abuse that I was taking in most of my marriage. And the sad part about the emotional abuse, there's no medication for it.
Hi, my name is Lephoko, coming from East Rand, Rondebult. I was invited to the healing therapy session by the organizers, Charlene, which I was a speaker on. A very good session that focused most on challenges that people go through on a daily basis in terms of unemployment, abuse, depression. So it was a session where we all shared our journey so that people can relate, draw strength from us. So I shared my personal journey, how I got into this wheelchair as I was able before, and I encountered my disability through the domestic attack from my husband. So for me, sharing my story, it's a healing process, because every time I go and offload, I feel that it does help and it makes the other person to also heal. And the session on its own, it was very powerful, especially for the women. And the most thing that we appreciated is to have guys in the room to support us, because sometimes I feel that as women we go through stuff, but we also need men to support us. So the interaction of today, having men in the room, I think somehow it was bridging a gap, and we also appreciated the support. So to those who missed the session, they really missed out on a very important session where it touched on so many things, and it made people to realize that they need to move away from pain. Yes, we all go through pain, but at the end of the day, you have to move and focus and move forward.
Because that's what trauma does, doesn't it? Trauma can just silence the room. trauma makes time stop. Like the day you find out the person that you love has been cheating on you. Silence just... Who it's in a movie where there's a silence that cuts through the room. The day you find out all of these years, silence just cuts, like the room just becomes dead with silence. And in my house, that day, when I told my mom, her grandfather had been molesting me for years, there was silence. Not a hug, not a kiss, not an anxiety, silence. And you know what happens to a child when you give them silence? What happens to a child when you give them silence? Because I'm a child then. No. When you give a child silence, they create their own stories. You might be silent as inside, like, oh, I'm full of command. That's my story. That's my story. That's my story. So I grew up with stories. I'm not loved. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. So who cares? Let's continue. You know, I like exciting things and fun things, but like because I think if Ben has but I would sit there and beg God to take me. Like I was like, okay, dude, you do this. Like I got to. Take me.
My name is Mbalenhle. I'm a life coach, I'm a writer, and I'm a speaker. I teach people how to heal their lives. I teach people to get the most out of their life stories. Each time I share my story to different people, I heal a different part of myself. So each time I speak, I look at the crowd, I feel the crowd, and I know that another piece of me is receiving healing. True, what I would say for a girl child who's passed through any molestation, sexual violation, or any like brutal rape, as much as it's hard for you to know it now, it's for a purpose. And your goal has to be to first heal yourself and then discover the purpose in it. To those who are not here today, you missed out. You missed out on healing. You missed out on just finding tools to better your life, and you missed out on seeing yourself, because each and every one that spoke, it was like mirroring. It was seeing yourself in a mirror. And if you missed this one out, the crowd was lovely, there was food, we mingled, we networked, and each and every one left with a friend. So you missed out on all of that.
Everyone has a story to tell, but it depends how you respond to your story and whatever you are going through in life. You can allow it to make you or to break you. As I'm sitting here, I found a friend. I'm like, God, wow. I pray to sit at the feet of this woman. I was wondering when I looked at her, I didn't know that she was born a Pelele. And when she's talking to us, I'm writing notes for myself. I'm an author as well. I'm writing notes, I'm saying, she has a broken spine. But for some of you, it's not a broken spine that you have. You have a heart that is crushed and broken. You have a mind that has been trampled upon so many times. You have so much you are struggling to rise up again. Because you are looking at that child of yours who has let you down. I'm listening to Mbali's story as well. I'm asking myself as a parent to say, as parents, as we are sitting here, how close are we to the things that are happening to our children? Because most of the times, Aniti, we take them home, buy them and all those kind of things. And mothers and daughters trying to tell you something, guess what? And as we sit here, we can relate to a number of things that continuously repeat themselves in our lives. And I love what she says, you are the one that has been destined to mark an end, to put a full stop. The Bible says when Moses was old, he refused to be called a son of a daughter of Pharaoh. There are things that we need to refuse. As I'm looking at all of us here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at this. We have wives here. We have husbands that are represented. The husband that you become, the wife that you become, it's how you were fathered, how you were mothered, how you were raised, and everything else. So I'm thinking about it now, that whatever insecurities that were with him, it is things that were in his bloodline, it's things that were in his family. So I want us to learn to fight. Paul says, I have fought a good fight of faith. Let's not fight about WhatsApp. Let's not fight about status, such that when things...
My name is Sicelo, Maseko. I call myself simply Sicelo because I always try and avoid titles that are attached to me that end up people losing what they can get out of me. I lead a church, and most people, when you introduce yourself as a pastor, people tend to shun away, people tend to think they will be judged. But I thank God for today's event, Charlene's signature, where we have been talking about issues of life that have impacted us as both men and women within our country, in our spaces. We go through pain, we go through depression, we go through anxiety and anger, which has really held us back. And today in this session, we are saying, face your Goliath, face your demons. Yes, things have happened to you. It's events that have happened to your life. It's things, but you cannot sit and not confront them. During this time in this year 2020, we are saying to all of us, whatever you've gone through or you are going through, either from childhood and where you are today, you need to rise and say enough is enough. We can no longer cover our pain through makeup. We can no longer substitute our pain through going to a nightclub or wherever, but you can invest in fixing you as a person. You are the best investment. There is no other better investment. Fix yourself, learn to forgive. Understand that the perpetrator cannot understand your pain, cannot feel what you feel. So the best you can do is to heal. Go through that healing journey. Healing is a journey. You cannot heal overnight. There is good support structures. I am a life coach. So is Charlene, my colleague. We are life coaches. Come to us, talk to us. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. And maybe last, what can you say to a girl child?
A girl child, there is so much that we go through as a girl child. I've been raised, I'm looking at one of the things that concerns me now as a mother is that as a black society, siyalahlelwa. We are thrown to our moms to our uncles, to our dads, and nobody is really there to speak to us, to speak to a girl child, to discuss those sensitive things which are discussed in the schools, which are discussed. Our kids have got access to technology. Those things that you are not discussing with a child as a parent, please begin to talk to your children. Begin to caution them, ask them, engage them from time to time, and ask them, girl, develop a relationship, because you don't go to a child to confront them only, but you need to develop a relationship with them. They need to be protected. Every girl child, every boy child needs to be protected. Thank you.
Today it stops. Pain, if I experience, I no more focus on breaking it. If I experience for my journey, forward I go. Tata ulwazi with pain and make it your purpose. One day the my pain is working for me. It's paying out. Thank you so much, guys. You are brave. You deserve to be celebrated. You are brave. Men would say, teach those because normally they say, but if we have men like you, we need to celebrate you guys. Thank you. And keep it up. And do it next time. Next time we are in a conference. So let's even our children are looking up to you. Whatever you do to us is what they're going to do to their women. So men like you deserve to be celebrated and continue to support this father. By you, if you are by our side, we gain strength, we gain hope. So today, guys, do you agree with your pain? I get because of Lamela, we are pain. Be friendly to yourself. Be gentle to yourself. Love yourself. Prioritize yourself. I always tell people who get very important nine. I'm so next time. I'm so important. I'm so next time. Once you love yourself, you respect yourself. You treat yourself well. You work hard to maintain the standard. You live well. You respect others. And immediately you respect and love yourself, it's easy to give it to others because you know how it feels. Don't compromise. Prioritize you. And people treat you the way you treat yourself. If you mistreat yourself, you will hear them mistreat you.
Hello everyone, my name is Charlene from Charlene Signature. I'm the host of today's event. It was all about depression, anxiety, stagnation, and all the troubles that people go through in life. We're helping one another to turn your pain into your purpose. In a nutshell, we all go through stuff. We all go through pain. But at the end of the day, we still have to live. And our test becomes our testimony. So there is still life to be lived, and life is good, guys. So I'm here to say, do not die. Do not die. There is still life. There is still God. There is still a purpose that you need to serve. I mean, your purpose is where it lies your money. Where it lies your solution. It's where everything is, basically. But you need to go through stuff for you to get to where you're going. So journey on, live your life and serve your purpose.
My name is Tumelo Molava. I'm from Dobsonville. As for today's day, to attend the event like this, as a man, it was very, very interesting, even though I was not sure to come or not. But anyway, I'd like to thank my wife for encouraging me to be part of this. Because we as husbands, we do forget that the problems that they are facing, we do face them too. But most of the time, we like to act like we are stronger than everybody else. Like everything's supposed to be smooth, everything is smooth, you don't have to cry, you have to, and it becomes too much for us. And then most of the time we end up taking our frustrations out to them without even being aware of what we are doing. So what I would like to say to other guys like me is to say, guys, let's support our partners, let's attend this kind of functions with them so that they can see that we really want to make our relationships work. Because of us, when I look at it, our kids look at us and to see how do we live and how do you treat your mom and how does she treat you, and that's the only way they can be able to achieve in their life. Because of we do forget that as parents, because of we think we are like, even today our plan was to go to have some beers and then come here, but fortunately I would like to say I appreciate that I'm here, and then I think I'll always do the same.
Hi, my name is Mbalenhle. The event was great. It was informative and changes your spirit in like a way that you can never imagine. But like, to someone that wasn't part of the event, I'd say they missed out on a lot, and they missed out on an opportunity to find out more about themselves, to find out what's wrong with their souls, and like on a lot of introspection that needs to be done that you can't just think of on a random day.